Hello, and welcome back to Riled Up. I am Dan, this is Andrew. I'm a collector, and he is a player. And boy, I feel like I say this almost every week, but boy, do we have a big news week. What, what's got you riled up?
Well, for the most part, I am riled up to see a Florian winning such a big event this past weekend in Kobe. But obviously, there's much bigger news that people are way more excited about in Gravy Bones and all the high seas spoilers. Uh,
Lot, lots of gravy. The go live message today was Gravy Bones mains only, so I'm sorry if you're I know it's such a divisive name. This is how you so hot right now. Let's see. Let's pop over. Let's take a look at how Kobe went. Let's go to and you're gone. Again. Of course you are. Why do you keep? Oh my gosh. No, I'm still here. I'm looking. I'm looking for you. You're like just complete. Your whole thing is just completely deleted. It looks like. Unless that was this window capture. No. Where did you go? Okay, well, I guess I'm adding you back in. Sorry. Here, one sec. That's so weird. Well, we'll get you there in no time here. Yeah, I mean, I think we just see that a lot in the Asian side of the meta. A lot of Aurora. Though, I mean, look, I mean the oh, let's see, the battle hardened. Yeah. Oh. Oh, an Enigma won the commenter. So that's kind of yeah. Well, was this the first weekend of Terra play? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, that's right. Well, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Like you say, a lot of the competitive scene is just kind of sheep. So you gotta see some. Maybe I don't know. Maybe you would have put some better numbers up. We would have seen a ton next week. But It is. Though, yeah, but we also don't. I don't know. I kind of like when they show the the turnover rate, like we saw. I think was that the Kobe, or which one was that? Yeah, 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 yeah. But really, like the only thing we're seeing blitz in really anymore was the skirmish, and there's only one other type of event that is blitzes anymore. I was reading about that today. Like most of the really competitive side of things has kind of steered away from blitz, which is kind of a shame to see, since it's yeah. Yeah, and Living Legend is probably the actual big news. Starvo getting starved out. That's all the news is saying. It's the no, but I mean change is back up their top. Prism really doing well. Andrew's oh geez. Wait. What the heck? I can hear you, but you are not hearable? Let me I don't even know how it got removed. Talk again?
Trying to
Yeah,
see what's
there you
going
go.
on. Oh, is it? Did it come off whenever we did the picture or something?
Something. Oh no, I think both your video and audio must have both gotten removed at the same time. I just don't
Yeah.
know how. It's not like I come in here and like delete things off this. I don't know. It's just kind of just OBS things.
No,
Shitty
but
thing.
we've definitely seen star of the show. He's gotten another card limited, an electromagnetic somersault, and you can see the results of that is that he's no longer the absolute top dog. He's still winning. I mean, 3 is not so bad looking at the rest of these numbers. But Chain, yeah, I mean, if Starvo isn't the best deck, then Chain just sort of moves up.
Yeah, was there anyone else kind of? I guess there were other real surprises.
I mean, it's nice to see Briar getting so much play again because uh like it used to be, you would play Chain, Prism, Starbow, and then there was like a smattering of Viserai and Briars that were in the meta like in Everfest era. And it's nice that Briar has gotten enough support that, she's also a strong force in Living Legend too.
Yeah, people just justifying the $1,000 they spent on the Rosetta Thorn. I think, right? So,
Well, I mean,
uh,
you'd play that in Chain as well. I mean,
uh,
it's just, I
yeah.
mean, maybe it doesn't look as cool with next to Chain, but to me, it's just, it's green and gold like money. So it works with anybody.
Huh. Yeah. So yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how these change next week. Yeah, I
I
guess.
find it kind of crazy that Data Doll has enough consistency to actually get wins the way that she does. Just the amount of items now is just, I guess it's just off the charts value.
And it's only going to get more ridiculous with high seas.
Well, I think
Which
most of that stuff's going to end up locked to Pirate.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. We can skip. We can go into high seas a bit. So something that I noticed reading this that I guess you didn't notice either, and I don't think this has really been brought up, but like this line right here, 3 new dual class heroes
Yeah, that threw
is
me off because I don't. I guess I just don't understand what the line is on what's a talent and what is a class. You know, does a talent have to be like something that's more adjective than noun? Is a pirate too close to like being something that you could just call someone as like their job that it has to be class?
yeah. I'm not quite sure because I was trying to think like are there rule ramifications in the distinction between classes and talents for certain for
Uh,
anything?
not really that I can think of. I mean, for the most part, everything works the same. Like the only thing that works differently than how you would expect is the split cards that they started doing in heavy and continued in hunted and whatnot. Where, well, I guess they started in outsiders. Damn, I kind of totally just blanked on Codex of Frailty being, you know, and all those other cards. Like, if it's assassin, like if it has a slash, then it's okay that if like you don't have both. But if it says it like all together, then you have to be both. So, but yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I guess I'm still in my head. I just don't see the difference between Mystic or I don't know. The talents and the classes just seem so. I wonder if they're going to consolidate it and just call it all the same thing at this point. I don't know. It seems like they're making a lot of big changes here. Another Well, this is another Marvel heavy set. So we're gonna look down here. 21 Marvels. So we're back
I
up.
don't think we're ever going to be in a not heavy in Marvel set. Like I think this is the way forward. I mean, as well as Hunted and Rosetta and everything has done. You know, as long as they don't do something like MST again, seems like the market is just about, you know, probably more in favor of shops and sellers and whatnot, but at least it's not totally unhealthy and in a dumpster.
Yeah, and actually, I'm gonna bring up another card. And then come back to this. I noticed this. Wait, Can I look into this a little more? Let's see. I keep clicking on the wrong screen. Uh, oh my gosh, I'm just an idiot. Okay, can I zoom in? I don't want the ad. Why? I just want the big picture.
This is what you get for wanting
Uh,
to switch to running everything out of Firefox.
yeah, but did you see what this is?
It is a macro landmark.
No. Look where my mouse is. Oh, you can't see my mouse.
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
Look at the card type. A rarity. Card rarity.
Rarity. Yes, I heard about this. It's B for Boken. It's actually
Okay.
B for base, I think. Or basic.
Yeah, it's basic.
Which
So
I really, really like because I feel like I was just complaining about the fact that token is a card type and a rarity at the same time. And that is like the core of what is confusing. Like, I think enough people tried to play a Graphene Calicera from the start of the game that they had realized that they had fucked up with the token name.
yeah, they really did. So I like that change over to basic. And that's also kind of why I was thinking. I'm like, I wonder what other like consolidations or changes to make play easier they're going to go with. And this maybe even ties in. I guess I'm not sure if there was any differences with the different localizations because we had a bunch of other languages, and I don't know if Basic just makes it a little easier than the token situation. Or the next is the legendary situation we gotta address, but we'll see if they actually
Yeah,
do anything about that.
I don't know if they'll ever do anything about that, but it would be nice if they did because I don't know, you shouldn't have overlapping terms. I don't care if it's rarity versus game mechanic, and they shouldn't really have overlap, but they do because people get confused. I don't know. I guess. Uh, well, I guess before Olympia existed, there was never multiple copies of a legendary in a deck, right? Because if it was an
No, probably
in-deck
not.
card and was legendary, it actually was keyworded legendary as well. But then when Olympia came out, everybody started running 3 copies of legendary equipment. So now you don't really have that. Well, oh, it's default. You only need one of a legendary, even if they don't put the legendary subtype on it. Because if you're gonna print cards like Visit the Golden Anvil, then you can use multiple legendaries.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad to see MSRP is back, or not back. It's staying at 120, which is a little disappointing, but there was no way they were going to change that. Um, I think they actually put in the UPP pricing now, which they used to just give the percentage off. So that's interesting. And the majestic number is actually pretty high compared to other sets of this size. This is 265, which is what Hunted had, but that's more than either Rosetta or Mist. And I didn't check all the others, but it's a bigger set, compared to what we used to get. So that was pretty interesting. I am surprised that they replaced. They're adding more majestics and removing them from the rare and common slots. So
What I can
yeah,
think of there is, you know, it is Gravy Bones is a an ally class. So there's already one named ally, the first
Shaman.
mate.
Shaman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I have a feeling that the Necromancer will be like a little probably more towards the majestic slots because I have a feeling that for limited play, they probably don't want you to get too many good cards for Necromancer. Like if they put all his good allies at majestic instead of rare, then he's not going to be an absolute terror in the limited format because I really do think that ally hero like a hero anywhere near illusionist power level has a very strong chance of being able to just dominate the format. Like the first time they came out with Monarch, Prism kind of just dominates that format for the most part.
Yeah. The thing I always kind of watch for though is the thing I don't like about Magic is that when you're looking at like the rarities, there's like well, for them it's more there's like twice as many rares as uncommons, and I'm like, rarity wise, this doesn't make sense. Like the higher up in the rarity you get, sometimes the more of those cards you get than the most basic cards, and it's kind of like
Yeah, that is
it's a
weird. You
weird
shouldn't
balance, right?
you shouldn't you should always be getting like multiple uncommons compared to like one rare and then like not even what is it? Mystic per pack or something. Mythic.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it just ends up with getting a ton more duplicates of like uncommons, commons, and then much rarer to get the majestics. So I mean, it's just how they're dealing with some of the cost of the cards or like singles pricing. But the other big change, did you look at the changes to Gravy Bones?
No.
So the idea is that the deck will have certain cards dictated as like CC takeouts. So you can use the whole armory deck as a CC deck. But if you want to play Blitz, then you take out all the CC designated cards. And now you have a perfectly viable Blitz deck. So it's kind of like a 2-in-1 now instead of needing like what was it, like the first strike deck into the armory deck for Aurora. Now you just kind of get them all together in the same box.
I want to
So
see what the CC label is, and if they've made the cards that you pull out for CC like extremely ugly with their CC label.
yeah, that is interesting. Like I wonder if that are they going to be like an actual hyper rare version of the card where like only because I mean it's not like they sell a lot of the armory decks.
No, I
So
think it's just going to be like a, almost like a stamp. But that's why I want to see it, because I want to know, like, is it just the third copy of a thing that they put CC on and then, whatever, or is it like down in the bottom next to like where it would say like Gravy Bones as like the set identifier? Because if it's really low key, then it's perfect.
yeah. I think I'm trying to see if there's anything else. Nothing. Yeah, it's only $40, so they didn't even raise the price with the new setups. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised it's only $40. Is that what Aurora came out at too?
I think so. Yeah, I think the only one that's really been.
More was Jarl.
Yeah, or was it? Is it like the mastery ones were more expensive? I think, or I can't
Well,
remember.
it's Armory Deck
Armory.
Origins is what
Oh
Jarl
yeah,
is.
yeah. The origin ones are more expensive, and then the normal armory decks are on the $40 side. So, all that said, I mean, high seas. We've got a lot to talk about with high seas. I feel. I mean, we talk about gravy bones, and boy, is Gravy Bones the most divisive hero I think Fab's ever had, probably. I don't know how many people have been this upset about it, about any new hero.
I mean, I'm not, for I'm not really riled up about his name. Okay, I just I want to put it out there that I like the fact that Fab has names that are like representative of the hero. It's just like, oh, is old him, or because he's the old guy, and there's Betsy because she bets, and like, but Gravy Bones to me is just like, at best, it's Cockney rhyming slang, but honestly, the first thing you hear, at least in my mind, is a food, and it just everybody's been memeing on it with like the milk bone marvel, and I just
Yeah.
I appreciate the silly names, but this one I just think misses because it's not silly in the way it's supposed to be silly, But yeah, it's also not my company. They can be silly in whatever way they want. I don't have to like it. I just don't.
Yeah, it seems like it is kind of interesting that they picked a. I mean, it is Cockney rhyme, but it's also just yeah. Like, it's the name of a dog treat. The bag of bones is the name of a dog treat. Like that's real weird. And then actually, I kind of appreciate the fact that we're gonna get gravy specializations. Is just an insane phrase to have to say while playing a game like this. And Young Gravy. I mean, we've got pictures of Young Gravy, and it's gotta be. I mean, they had to know. They had to know that Young Gravy is a real person, and now I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's a little.
It's weird.
It's a lot.
I
It's a
mean, it would
lot.
have been something if like Young Gravy was a notoriously famous Flesh and Blood player, but I don't think so.
If I was gonna say, if Young Gravy shows up to World Premiere Taipei, it is like, surprise! I fucking love this game. They named Gravy Bones after me because I'm gonna do, you know, press. Like, I would be like, okay, all right,
Yeah.
you're trying to do some business moves, okay. It's not a universes beyond, it's just something silly that, you know, but it's not going to be that.
No. No, it should be, but it isn't. Yeah, it's a real shame. But let's. I guess I'm trying to think. Is there anything else on this to look at?
Oh, the
Uh,
packs, which we need to talk about. Those are actually going to be box toppers.
they are okay. I was kind of curious. The I don't think actually I went down this far.
Live scrolling.
A gold slot, a map slot, and a treasure slot. That's actually interesting.
Yeah, so like what? You get either a non-foil, rainbow foil, or marble gold in the treasure, and then yeah, I don't know.
So
The treasure slot contains a cold foil or a lost treasure, and is in the middle of the pack, protected by the gold slot and the map slot.
and then
Okay.
maybe the puzzle piece the map.
No, because that's in. Wait, no, I guess it is in the treasure pack.
Yeah.
Hmm. Wow, that's a lot of cards they put into the box topper.
Wait, 17 lost treasures that are unique. Only one of each exists in the treasure packs. So that's 17 one of one cards. That's crazy.
Wild. Wait,
Yeah,
go
that's
back to the rarity distribution for the regular box. So 7 of the lost treasures could be like a special version of the fable and legendaries from the set. But that means that there's 10 others. You think that they would reprint like lost treasure versions of like the first 10 uh legends?
maybe. I don't know how I missed this either. Holy, is this the smallest packs we've ever had? 9 cards.
9 cards per pack is low. Dang.
Yeah, that's really low. I think 10 is what they used to use for expansion slot sets.
Yeah, normally we've got like 13, 14.
Yeah.
I thought. Yeah. It's crazy.
I wonder why they cut that down so much. That actually feels really bad. You can't jack the price up of MSRP and then also give you less cards.
9 cards per pack. So how is it? Oh, we're dumbasses. That's the Japanese.
Oh,
That's the
I see.
Japanese
Okay.
box.
Okay. Wait, why does Japanese have less? Okay, 16.
Because Japanese is not draftable. They don't draft.
Oh, okay.
It's
Okay.
just not a thing that they do in Japan,
16.
apparently.
That's weird. Okay, so here's the better. Yeah. Okay, that was good. I was really not gonna be happy about that.
At first I was like looking at that number and then I was like, wait, you can't. How would you even draft that? You can't, and it's because they don't.
Yeah. But not, so the treasure pack is going to be kind of its own separate set of 90 cards.
And I'm thinking, or at least hoping. So I mean, is that? I wonder if the treasure pack will be reprints. Like they say, pirate booty, but is pirate booty just like? I don't know. So you get 3 cards per pack. One is a puzzle piece, one is a cold foil marvel or lost treasure, and one is a rainbow foil. So every single one of the commons and pirate booties and are rainbow foil.
So probably an EA, kind of like the gem packs.
Yeah.
Hmm. The pirate booty is interesting. I'm just really surprised they're doing 17 one-of-one cards. Like, that's... I mean, it's definitely going to drive sales, but they better have more boxes to buy than they did with Hunted. Or, like, Rosetta, even.
Yeah, I mean that's fewer chase cards than they put in Dusk Till Dawn. I didn't even hear about that. You know, we got the 10 chains and 10 prisms. That's 20 that aren't even one of one. These are 17 one of ones. Crazy.
Yeah.
Let's
And
hope that they're just like marble reprints of stuff. That's all I really want them to be.
yeah, and this kind of goes into the localization, because if it is like Dust of Dawn or um, Mist, right, with the Enigma New Moon,
Yeah, the
like,
marble Enigma New Moon.
yeah. So the thing with the Enigma New Moon was that there was 100, but it was 100 per language set, which actually meant there was 700 of them out, right, in various prints. But now with the localization change, that's going to drastically drop the number, but it also kind of spreads the cards out.
Well, yeah,
So
because I mean, it's only gonna like Japan is gonna have its own separate kind of box, but then like the only actual draftable boxes will be in English and French.
yeah, so we'll pop over this real quick. Um, so let's see which. Wait, where's just the list of the ones they're getting rid of? I think it's German,
They're getting rid of German, Italian, and Spanish. It's
Spanish.
the second line. And it basically just
Okay.
says because they say that they prefer English language packs. But from what I saw, there's some people on Blue Sky that were upset because I guess it's more uh, that there's more English product around, and there's or something like that. I don't know. I saw some
So
people that were not happy that the Spanish language product was going away.
yeah, that does seem like a very strange decision to make, especially when you're going into like the South American market like they are now. Well, I mean, a lot of us speak Portuguese, but like Portuguese and Spanish as you go like Mexico down. Yeah, there's various Spanishes, right? Like versions of it, but you can still get the gist usually. So yeah, getting rid of Spanish is definitely a really strange one. But I was even just thinking like market impact. Like even if they print the same amount of English and they have to distribute that, or it won't be the same amount of English. It'll be the same number of boxes, but with the English distribution now, I think it's going to be interesting to see how it turns out, because it's going to depend on how the demand is in different parts of the world. Because I think people are going to have to rely more on sites like Card Trader than they would TCG Player to get a lot of the cards now.
Well, I mean, all the people that are impacted by that wouldn't use TCG Player anyway. They would be using Card Market.
Well, yeah, but they're so well, Card Market or Card Trader. Like I use Card Trader a lot, but it's based in Italy, so that's where I get my foreign cards. But also, there's also a lot of English cards coming from that. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how TCG Player sales stick with that, or if more people move to Card Trader so that they hit a much bigger market. Because Card Trader is very easily globally, the shipping is cheaper. I mean, it's slower, but I think they're going to get a decent influx of business from this change. So
Hmm.
yeah,
Just
like
because of their European reach with English language product.
yeah. Oh, well, I just yeah, pretty much yeah. I like if way more countries are all going to be doing English product, like yeah. So
This was the best part about this article, though, was officially recognized as a game of skill by the German authorities.
yeah, which is interesting. I wonder what sort of rigorous statistical modeling they were doing to get that um, through.
I mean, I guess once you got enough people playing the game, if you, I'm sure that there is some sort of like curve that like a game of chess that if you like go and say, oh, how many people are registered for chess.com and plot them all out on a graph and what their rank is or what the elo is, what does that kind of bell curve look like for something that is based on skill and intelligence?
Yeah.
I would think if that lines up with a similar type of line, then it probably works.
Yeah, but this also, like I said, goes back to the fact that a lot of these, I mean, these limited chase cards that are per language just got a lot rarer for English. Even though, English is where the money is, but, we're dropping down from 700 or, well, in theory, like, well, in this, it would have been, 7 times 17. Now we're only going to get, what, 3? So, 4.
That would be what, 51, 17 times 3.
Yeah. Or no, I was trying to think, is it. So what languages are left? It's gonna be Japanese, English, and French. Okay.
Yeah. The French are famously loyal to their own language.
I wonder if they sell in Canada. I wonder if that's per store.
I don't know.
Because I mean, by province, it would be completely different languages.
Yeah, it could be. I could see them getting French language product in Canada. I mean, there's definitely French speaking parts of Canada, so
Yeah, I just never thought about it. That's a little interesting, but it is kind of sad to see. Yeah, they were talking about like their old translation teams, so they are downsizing. Poor guys. But oh well.
yeah, to be fair, I don't think they were that good anyway. There was a lot of weird mistakes apparently from actual the native language speakers. There was like a few things that are more awkward, like, oh, this word, yeah, it literally means that, but we don't use it that way, that type of stuff.
I'm always baffled by the fact that like you guys don't have just one person in that country you could have read over everything to double
Yeah,
check.
there's got to be somebody that's like perfectly bilingual that could actually help you translate with like the meaning behind the words as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's strange. But yeah, no, that was big localization update. Now, yeah, I was tying that into that. So yeah, this is gonna have to just be a crazy. Oh my gosh. I'm just thinking about how many cases I'm gonna have to buy. It's gonna
I
be a lot
can't
of
believe that
cases.
you're this excited about the set, like, because I feel like this is gonna have the same problems that you thought that there would be with the Hunted, because you're like, oh, this is just the assassin set, and there's gonna be all these marvels just dedicated to Arachne. You'd say the same thing about Gravy Bones for this set, because all of his like mates are gonna be marvels, I bet.
Oh yeah, no. Well, they're definitely gonna be worthless, but I'm okay with that because then I can buy them. Because yeah, most of those like really garbage marvels still end up at like $20, 20,
Well,
20,
speaking of
20.
garbage marvels, did you see the Rosetta sigils, like sigil cycles marvel, like went nuts? I think it's up to like $70 or something stupid.
I mean, I've been watching it go up, and yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, some of those cycles are just waiting for it. But yeah, Liv's pumped for the new Ranger, Marlin. Let's take a look at the rest of our heroes. We've spent a lot of time talking about good old Gravy Bones, the shipwrecked looter, which I mean, I still like. This is the most badass design. I love this. This is like everything I want about like Ghost Pirates. or like, I played a ton of Sea of Thieves, like hundreds and hundreds of hours of it, and I love Ghost Pirates and Skeleton Pirates, but
But you're not actually going to buy this deck or play it.
oh no, I definitely won't play it, but I'll look at it and be like, wow, you play so cool. But Liv's most looked for is of course Marlin. Is there a better? Yeah. Oh, I can't see it. Okay.
Marlin.
How do I fix that? Let's do. Man.
There we go.
Yeah. Big.
This Marvel looks pretty nice, honestly.
Yeah, this just looks cool. Like I love the kind of shredded everything.
The only thing I want to know is it all denim?
Denim? Wait, is this supposed to look
Yeah,
like denim?
I don't know. Her whole outfit looks like it's made out of denim.
Oh.
To me, anyway.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I think it's like white and black. I don't know. It just kind of looks like a weird bodice, but the thing that I found most interesting is they pull, despite how all previous sets look, they went totally Rob Liefeld on the character creation here.
Oh yeah, the feet are obscured.
Yeah. Which is weird because we also kind of look over at the other bird hero, Puffin, the Hightail, and his assistant here also. Well, yeah, I don't know. All covered feet. All covered feet. James White must have had zero input on this set. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, I find
Decided to take a break.
Yeah, I find it really weird that she has a wooden peg leg as a mechanologist hero, which is why I'm still gonna stick with it. It's definitely the parrot that is actually a mechanologist.
I mean,
it's a weird name. Puffin, like I don't know. I mean, a puffin is a type of bird, not a parrot, but
puffing on that smoke, dog. That's all it is, man. So 420 blaze it.
yeah, high as kite. That's for certain.
It says Hightail right there. She's puffing Hightail. Give her the Magraw right now.
Oh, you know what I didn't notice is her armpit fins. So
yeah, she's a sky pirate. Why wouldn't she be able to fly?
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's gonna be fly as much as glide. I don't know. It's kind of like a flying squirrel. But I don't know. I think what other? Well, I guess Teklavasand isn't super mechy looking. He's just like a dork. But I don't know. I feel like everyone else, you can look at them and be like, oh, they're a mechanologist. But I look at the real Puffin over here, and I'm like, that's a mechanologist. And then I look at her, and I'm like, what's she doing here?
I mean, she has goggles. So I mean that checks the steampunk box, and that's all you really need. Well, also the glider. Like I didn't even notice the gliding wings. So you pointed those out, and those seem mechanologist-y, like an ornithopter situation.
Yeah, I was just really thrown off by the peg leg, honestly.
Why?
I mean, peg legs make sense for a pirate, right? But it's a mechanologist. What mechanologist has replaced their arm with something that's not mechanology and instead a stick?
I don't know. I mean, is it definitely a stick?
Let me go to the
Let's go to the Marvel.
Yeah. This is when I looking at this is how I even noticed it.
I mean, I don't even necessarily think that it had. I mean, I don't think it's necessarily wood. I think that could be copper. Can you scroll in? Because I mean, if you look, it's got like that. It's got like the circle thing on the side there.
No, it's definitely got wood grain. Like wood grain, yeah.
Maybe it's just because it's lighter weight, because she needs to glide. It's the wood. lighter than metal.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird design, but I do.
I, I honestly, she's my favorite out of the three for this set.
Oh,
I
really?
like her the best. Yeah,
I mean, I don't know
out of
the.
the three designs, yeah. Because Gravy Bones' name just destroys him for me, and whenever the name is destroyed, he's just sort of like, yeah, he's a skeleton pirate. Okay, I went
Yeah,
to Party City and put on a costume, and I looked like Gravy Bones.
yeah. To me, Marlin just looks really generic. I guess.
I don't
Not.
think she looks that generic.
I don't know. It just doesn't pop. It doesn't pop to me like a parrot or a skeleton pirate. So I don't know. Like, I don't know. That's intimidating. I don't know. I kind of expect because it seems like on top of being, a treasure hunter, which doesn't even seem to be, but like, we're looking at these type of cards like King Shark, Harpoon,
It's
and
really cool, by the way.
yeah,
I
awesome.
actually like Marlin's cards a little bit more than I like Marlin.
I I would go as far to say I like them a lot more than Marlin. I really like these type of cards. Like, is that her up there on the map? I think so. But like,
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be her.
yeah, I don't know. Big game hunting, harpooning. I guess I'm going back to my Sea of Thieves, like, and other various pirate games, right? Like going on the hunts for the big sharks and stuff are always super fun. And I don't know. I
I,
kind of
I
expected.
think I think the thing that I'm excited the most with like Pufftail or Puffin is that like so click on that golden sky warden thing. It sort of makes me think like I don't know why exactly it makes me think of this, but it kind of reminds me of that owl from uh oh my god, Clash of the Titans. I don't know, something about her reminds me of that movie, the old one.
I'm not sure. I'm familiar.
Let me make sure I'm
Yeah.
talking about the movie that I think I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, yeah, Liv. Wooden leg, not a robot leg. Madness. It's madness. I tell you. I don't know. It's and until confirmed somewhere, I'm still gonna stick with Puffin Hightail as the parrot. I don't know. It's such a cool parrot design too. I was kind of hoping she would get, or like the parrot would be like an ally card of some sort, but oh well.
I mean, it still could be.
Yeah. And I
And
I
I
don't know.
and I definitely was talking about the right movie. It was Clash of the Titans from 1981, and it has like a mechanical owl thing that I don't know. It just reminds me of a mechanologist.
Yeah. I I don't know how I feel about having air pirates in this set. I kind of want a dedicated air pirate set more than I want like a blend
I
of the
mean, I'm
two.
definitely more interested in a Sky Pirate than I am the other ones. Like, an airship is so much cooler. Super Mario Brothers 3, all the Koopalings got their own airships. Airships rule. It's cool.
Yeah,
Final Fantasy, airships, awesome. Yeah, I'm that's part of the reason why I like her the best out of these three. But I really hope that we get to see things that we have never seen before out of Mechanologist. Like, we're seeing better galvanized cards with that Golden Sky Warden.
mm.
If we get out of this set without a new boost card, I will be so happy. Like, make Mechanologist with no boost cards and show me what that looks like.
Yeah. Oh man, I do. I don't know. I keep thinking like, how cool would like a whole air set be? But I mean, like thematically, with all existing flesh and blood, like Gravy Bones nails it in every regard. I think except for name. Like we see so many undead and reanimated flesh monsters and who are Like the idea of like skeleton pirates or ghost pirates or like this card of just the spirits crawling up out of the ocean up the ship
Oh,
is
this
so
art,
cool.
this card is sick. I mean, it's even super memeable with the dude in the water going, "Get a load of this ship," right? You know,
Yeah.
it's like me and
Yeah.
the boys are getting on this ship. You want to come?
Yeah. And it's like the giant monsters residing in the sea and having big hunters for it. I kind of wish Marlin wasn't a treasure hunter as much as like. Well, I don't know. I guess some people would be upset if it's like a big animal hunter, but or like a big game hunter. But
I
I don't
don't
know.
know. I mean, the amount of fish violence they have on her cards, if you wish that she would have been named more like, you know, big game spear hunter or something, the
Yeah.
I don't think that would be too out of line. I mean, because I mean
And
they've had cards like or barraging beatdown and stuff that's just like Reinar punching the hell out of a tiger, you know.
yeah, I think what I want to see more is like animal parts. Like put some like shark teeth on her or like mass or whatever these things are like.
Well, actually, you know how I was saying I thought it was denim? Who's to say that her whole outfit isn't made out of shark leather?
Oh yeah, that's true. It's just not apparent, right, from a character design point. I
I
think is
guess.
just my problem. I don't know. You get this big badass chick on a giant harpoon gun hunting giant sharks, and then she doesn't have any like trophies as a treasure hunter. I feel like that's the type of person who would finally nail a big shark and then have one tooth like mounted in her cabin or something. It's I don't know. That's just such an I love this. I was kind of talking about this on the stream yesterday. I I think it's even more right based off like we were looking at some really crappy Star Wars cards. Like the Star Wars TCG cards are very static. It's like do Kylo Ren and he's just standing there. Like I don't care. Like make him do something cool. Flesh and Blood cards are very dynamic, I think, in like their
Yeah,
posing and
absolutely.
action. Like this is more awesome than every Star Wars TCG card put together. Like I don't know. It's just a whole story all right there.
Yeah. That I
Yeah.
mean, it's a great point about like the dynamics versus like just like a snapshot of a character that you might as well have like put him in a T pose.
Yeah. I I really like his crab leg, the crab under his hat.
Oh,
And
but
I
he's
don't know.
got a crab claw for a hand.
Yeah. Oh man. I don't know. There's just
Now, so we're taking a look at these. What do you think that symbol means? Because you know, tap is copyrighted. So
is
you think
tap.
it's just gonna? Yeah, yeah, they've got it copyrighted. But I wonder. I mean, it looks so much like the tap symbol. It's very, very close, and even their database like shorthand is like bracket T. So
Oh.
I'm thinking it can't be tap, but it could be turn, right?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe turn probably makes because it I mean, I was gonna say it's probably like
You would
well
turn undead, right?
oh yeah. Oh, wouldn't that be ridiculous if they made turning like an actual function, then they had to like rename it again? Uh, I, I guess they don't have it anywhere. I really thought that they had it someplace.
No, they don't say what the actual word is there. All we know is that that it must start with a T because it's a T that they use in the database. Which that's how we got to see a lot of these cards for the first time. Whenever I sent you all those pictures the other day, it was just on their database. You just search for the word pirate, and then you could find all the cards, or just
Oh,
search
really?
necromancer. Yeah, just search necromancer. And then if you
Interesting.
click on one of them that has the turn
Oh,
symbol or whatever, which I mean he does too, you can see that it's bracket T is what they have it listed as whenever it's in text.
so let me. There's nothing. What would they have it under? Rules and policy? Yeah, I guess we're waiting for a rules and policy update related to it.
Yeah.
Probably. Oh, because they don't say when these things get updated, do they?
I mean, it'll probably come out in a week or two. I mean, for now, they're just leaving us like want to know, leaving us to speculate.
Actually, I just look at Riled Agni.
Yeah, they're not going to have anything about that in there.
That's a shame. Yeah.
We'll just have to
Oh
wait and
well.
find out with everybody else. Got the comprehensive rules up. Okay.
Oh
I will
yeah.
say, I will say that these allies, none of them have go again so far that we can see. So, like, whenever you put down uh, a character, it's not going to be turned yet. And I assume that there's not going to be such thing as like summoning sickness, so you should be able to turn it as soon as you play it. So it's going to be really common to probably play down an ally past the turn and then have hoist them up to be able to block. And what I want to know is, I wonder if the untap is going to happen at the start of your turn or at the end of your turn whenever you arsenal.
And pretty interestingly, the new mechanic, Watery Grave. So I'm curious how that ends up playing out because, like,
It's
what do you
just, it's
think?
so that you can't play anything twice. They don't want you to be able to play it out of your hand and then it goes to the graveyard and you play it out of the graveyard again. They don't want like a flashback situation with like every single Watery Grave card being as good as 2 cards. They want it to be you can play it out of your hand, or if you milled it into your graveyard or blocked with it, then you can play it out of the grave. But I don't even think you can block with these allies. I mean, these are the first allies that they've printed as in-deck cards that don't transform, so they don't have a block value on them. So I'm assuming they cannot block.
Oh yeah. I was also kind of curious if, like, how it affects your opponent's ability to look through your graveyard. Like, do you think
In
you'll
what
still be
way?
well? Do you think you'll be able to flip over, or do you think is there an aspect of
No, none of
geometry?
these, as far as I can tell, none of these are flipped out. Like, when this is put into your graveyard from the arena, turn it face down. That
Right.
means that it's no longer interactable. Like if a card is face down in your graveyard, it is a card in your graveyard with no text. Because that's what happens to cards that are face down in the banish zone. Because
Oh.
there's nothing in the game that turns face down cards in the banish or graveyard face up. So turning them face down effectively banishes them from that even. Like if you're in the banish zone, you might be able to be played if you got blood debt or something, but if you're face down in the banish zone, there's nothing you can do with that. And that's the reason that why Watery Grave is like that, because they don't want you to play it out of your hand, and then once it dies, it goes to the graveyard, and then you play it out of the graveyard again. Because his whole effect is that you can play Watery Grave cards out of your graveyard.
Hmm. Have they have they always put I don't know have they always put card information up here beneath the name? I don't think
For
so,
for
right?
the for the
For
allies,
allies? Oh, they have? Okay.
well, I think anyway. Maybe not,
Alright,
but
let me just pull it
it
back
might
up.
just be the marble. Like, is there a non-marble version of it that you could look at?
Oh, yeah. But I was kind of curious if
Oh, that's all the
Uh,
invokes. You would have to click and flip it.
oh.
It's also not the Marvel.
Oh yeah, I guess it is listed under there.
Yeah, that's for the Marvels specifically.
Okay. Yeah, I just wasn't sure if that was new. I guess I don't have a lot of the Marvel Dragons. I really should be buying them up now that they're all pretty worthless. But
I mean, they're probably as cheap as they're gonna be forever. I mean, Uprising is as cheap as it could possibly be. I don't think it could keep going down because nobody wants it already.
yeah. Let me see. Well,
It's actually there's like surprisingly few cards that were used out of Uprising with these new heroes, which kind of sucks.
can you just search my set? Oh, here, wait.
Well, just because they put some cards in doesn't mean that they put it into the actual searchable
Well, you could search
filter.
Necromancer. I was curious if they
Oh
had.
yeah, but that's just a text search.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
I love how they have a scythe in there, even though it's just the one.
Yeah.
No, I guess you cannot search by SEA.
It's
So it
odd that
looks
it
like
just
it
gave you
gives you
everything.
everything.
Yeah. And that's so weird. Like, oh, sorry, we can't find what you wanted. Here's literally everything. Figure it out. Man, their web design is just so bad. I just don't get it. Okay, well, I guess we're going back to February.
I can't believe you haven't mentioned Rigor Mortis yet.
Oh yeah, I do really like Rigor Mortis, but not as much as I like this. This is probably one of my new favorite tokens. I
It
really
is.
like the token.
It's really nice, and they've got like the like, what is that, like some kind of like jade on the corners of the lid there.
Yeah, so the one thing that kind of threw me off, because I expect this to be a T for a token, but because this is one of the first cards that they released, and there was nothing. There's nothing down here. It's still blank. And I was like, well, that's weird. They should know it's a token. Like, I wonder what they're doing with it, or if the art's not finished yet.
Well, it's just yellow because it's gold, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and I
This
didn't
is
realize
interesting.
it's rainbow full art. That sucks. It's not a cold foil Marvel.
Yeah, I mean, I think because they've already got a cold foil, so I don't think, right? They only do one cold foil.
Well, there's a cold foil of that gold, and there's a cold foil of the Dynasty gold. So they don't really
Oh.
care that, like, if it's a different art, they will cold foil it again. Like that is the
Hmm.
only workaround for their where they say, oh, if something's collectible, we're not going to print a cold foil version of it. I am pretty sure if they wanted to, they could print like an alt art, find all spring tunic, and make it cold foil again. Like, I don't know if people would appreciate that very much. That might be a horrible idea for them to do, but I do believe that it's within their rights of how they have worded their reprint policy.
Okay. But yeah, Rigor Mortis. Yeah, we did talk a bit about. I love Rigor Mortis. Like, if for a pun name, like this is where I want my puns and like. I think this is a top tier pun name. The
It
banana
is
and the
much better
rigging
than
being rigor
Gravy
mortis,
Bones.
right? Actually, the more I look, the more I really love this framing as well.
Why?
Uh,
What about it? I haven't noticed
just
anything special.
and just I don't know, like the coloring scheme of oh no, his is different. Why is this different?
His is different because of reasons.
Yeah. Oh, I think sometimes the hero ones are
I would
different.
assume the hero one is probably, is it like a mix of pirate and necromancer? and then
Oh,
maybe Chum and these necromancer actions are just necromancer border. I know that it says pirate necromancer, but maybe the green is just the necromancer border, and it's blue when it's pirate.
yeah.
Because like let's look at Marlin and Puffin. What color are they? Are they bluish? Yeah. So it's like hers is.
Oh, they're the same, right?
Yeah. So
Okay.
maybe that's the pirate border then. Blue
Okay.
with some ropes.
Yeah. And the mermaids.
Well, do they all have the mermaids?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. Okay. Hmm. And then click on Golden Skywarden again, because then we'll get the mechanologist version of it. Oh yeah, because it's like a bronze instead.
Still
Do
with
you
the
still?
mermaids.
Yeah, do the mermaids? Are they still on the necromancer ones? Are they like green mermaids? Yeah, they
No.
are.
Oh wait, are they? Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
they
I guess
are.
they are. Oh, I
Yeah, you
didn't.
can see they're like they're
Okay.
skeletal.
Yeah. I really liked. I mean, I don't know. Like you got the little skulls. I just like the effect of like the green with like the black going up through it. Like I don't know.
Yeah, this is
It looked good to
definitely
see.
necromancer pirate
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
yeah, for whatever reason they made all the heroes have just the pirate border instead of the mix.
And the other thing about this card is I really like that we talked about, the Fable being a location, and I would be like, I used to like the Bermuda Triangle, not thinking that they would actually make some sort of showing on a card, and
That
here it
was pretty
is.
cool. There actually
Yeah,
is a Bermuda Triangle on the map. That's perfect.
yeah.
I do like that. But I mean, it's Cruchaga. You think we'll get? I could see Chart the High Seas. I could see this being like a Codex of Frailty, like a Papyrus Marble. You think they'd do? You think they'd go back and do those again?
I really want more Papyrus cards. Like, I really wanted Papyrus wanted posters for Hunted. Now I want Papyrus treasure maps. Like, the
Mhm.
fact that there's going to be so many treasure maps already, why not make them or give them the Papyrus treatment? Uh, I'd be pretty jazzed about that. And I mean, this is all new locations. Like, I was trying to like look up the names of these things in the lore, and I didn't see anything. So
Nah, a lot of them are
it's
pretty new. I think the only one that I saw that I was like, "Oh, Azurite keys. Isn't that what you use to connect to Microsoft 365 APIs?"
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, but I mean that's cool because that does mean the map will be expanding. So maybe we'll finally get an updated Wrath map with
Wraith.
who knows Wraith with who knows what else will show up. So I'm
Who
pretty
knows
excited
what
for that.
else?
Yeah, who knows? I mean, okay, we could see the edge of a new continent or new lands or a new area, right, to expand to. Like that was one of the things I really wanted. If we got a water set, was using this to bridge the gap to like another continent or another area or another zone, or we could bring in islands, things like that. So
That would be cool. Like if
yeah,
they just did like I actually this would be really controversial. People would probably hate it. But it would be really cool if when they introduce the new continent, they just do a set that's just like three brand new classes. Just like boom, this is a different culture in Wraith and this is what they're like. These three classes.
yeah, I'd be all about it. I don't know. There's a lot of cool stuff coming, I think. And I
I
don't know.
mean they're pretty
Yeah,
much always good at coming up with something. This was the first card that you can't pitch even though it's a color.
yeah, which is very strange, right? Like, is yellow gonna finally be used for something other than Prism? Like,
Yeah, well, Big Game Trophy Shot specifically wants the card that you pump with it to be yellow, right?
oh, there it is.
Or was it just Harpoon? No, I guess it's just Harpoon.
Yeah,
Maybe they want her to use the uh prismatic ley line.
yeah.
Maybe
I
she'll
mean,
get some more harpoons.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of these cards are yellow, right? Like Rigor Mortis, Big Game Trophy Shot, Chum, Golden Sky Warden. Are we gonna hit like
Well,
a red and yellow set mostly, maybe?
I think I saw some people talking about that, but I also think that people need to like calm down because a lot of the cards that have been spoiled are Majestics. And you said that there's more Majestics in this set. And
Yeah.
Majestics are very often yellow because they don't come in three. And what they like to do is they'll be like, oh, this is red power level, but we'll make it yellow just to make it a little bit better. And that's why you end up with so many of these specializations and Majestics that are yellow more often than not. You know, like the Golden Sun or whatever. You know, like Chum or Big
Yeah.
Game Trophy Shot or Golden Skywarden. Those are all not yellow because there's something special about yellows, but more because they're special cards themselves at red power level, but pitch for yellow.
Yeah. Oh man, the design to paddle faster also, like, this is another one of those really dynamic ones where you could just see them racing for their life. But I also just love like this big like necromancer statue just sitting in the water that they're like going through. Oh no, I'm just so excited for this. I might go rewatch Pirates of the Caribbean before this even. It'll be. I was trying to think what would be like a good air pirate series to rewatch. I read a bunch of books like
I don't
um
think I've ever seen anything with Sky Pirates in it.
oh no, there's definitely one Disney animated, or was it Disney animated? Or there was like an animated film back in like the 2000s that I thought was like air pirate themed. But there's a lot of
Mm,
books. I read a lot of air pirate books.
I
So
didn't play the third Bioshock either.
I tried. It just got so boring after a certain point. It didn't have the same magic. I was watching someone do their first playthrough of BioShock, and it just made me think like, when was the last time any single player game has had such a good story? like like the BioShock 1 story is probably one of the best written games I've ever played, like period. Story wise line. Like
That's how I felt about Horizon Zero Dawn. I couldn't get into the sequel, but Horizon Zero Dawn had me captivated from start to finish.
I bought the game because you liked it so much, and then I never play console games, and so I still have it. I think it was probably still in the wrapper downstairs. Like
I think
if
it's
it,
in. I think it's on PC now. I think.
oh,
I
it
think you've
is.
waited so long you could just play it on Steam instead.
Yeah, it's been on my Steam wish list. It's like, oh no, it's $35. It's like, ooh, 35. That's steep for a PC game. I don't know if I want to pay that, but I'm probably going to because it's just such a, yeah, it's supposed to be really good too. But yeah,
Well, I mean, and it also has. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot his name. Uh. mm, What's his name? Andre Braugher or something?
I
Hmm.
don't know.
I can't remember. That's not a big deal. There's some really good voice acting, is what I'm getting at. I don't know how I feel about this macro. Obviously, macros are only played in limited, but this is just crazy. So every single turn, you get a gold counter on this. And does each player start with gold counter or Treasure Island or is there like one in play for both?
I don't know. I really don't know how the macros work.
I mean, the last
So
time we used macros, both players got the macro. So I'm gonna go ahead and assume that both players get the macro. You each have your own macro because you can't. It's not like you can activate your opponent's cards. At least that's not how they normally work. So for now, I would just assume that we both will get one when you play. So whenever you or an ally controls deals damage to an opposing hero, remove that many gold counters from this, then create gold tokens equal to the number of counters removed this way. Which is interesting, because if you're playing against somebody that's going to block a lot, Only one landmark can be in play at a time. Okay. Oh, that's why they made it a landmark and the other macro wasn't a landmark. Good on you, Foam. Thank you. I'm glad we have somebody watching that knows what
Yeah.
they're talking about for these landmarks. So this affects both. And whatever, if you're playing a game where everybody's blocking out, so once you get to like third or fourth turn, and you've got 4 treasure counters on it, let's say, and you deal 4 damage, you get 4 gold, right? That seems like a lot of gold. Now, I mean, if you don't fully block out and you let somebody hit you for like 1 damage, then you would get the gold. But yeah, it's interesting because you both have to feel you're fighting over it as well. It's gonna make the format definitely interesting.
Yeah, that's gonna be kind of ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, they might just be thinking that it's gonna pop off on like turn 2, right? Or like 1 or 2, because
Well, no, I mean the very first time somebody attacks, like even from turn 0, I attack you for 4, and you put 3 in front of it. That 1 damage, like it. So whenever the first time a hero is attacked, so as soon as you attack, it gets a counter, and then if they don't fully block out that attack, you're gonna get a gold. So the very first attack of the game basically has on hit create a gold. And that's how it goes from then on. Like it sounds, it's honestly wild. Is
well, yeah,
I
but to get more gold tokens in a turn, you've
well, that only
yeah,
happens if
if
both
they
of
don't
you
want,
keep blocking out.
yeah, yeah. No, that is going to be an interesting dynamic to put into. Hmm. Actually, I wonder how that's going to turn out. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we really won't know until the rest of there's actually some gameplay
Yeah, I mean,
with it, but
there's so many spoilers that we need to see before we can tell how good it's going to be. I mean, we know for sure that these heroes are going to be able to deal with do things with gold uh, in one way or another, and they're items, so they can be destroyed with galvanize, right? If you scroll up to the gold, so galvanize, you may destroy an item you control. If golden cogs are destroyed, you create gold tokens and repeat the process. So if you have a golden cog in play, you can galvanize, destroy the golden cog, and then galvanize, destroy the gold that was made from destroying the golden cog, and block for 4 on a yellow if you have a golden cog in play.
yeah. Oh, this is another Cruciaga too. I didn't realize that.
It is
Not, not,
nice.
yeah. Did they change the border on these?
No, that looks like the standard token border to me.
Doesn't? Okay.
I mean, maybe it's got a little
Look,
more like cracks in it, maybe.
yeah, I was
But
thinking it looks a little bit more. I always thought of it as being like pristine, but this looks like cracked up and like cut marks and stuff on it. And it almost looks a little lighter, but that might just be because of it's the picture, not the printed version of it.
well, click up on the gold because you were on the golden cog and now you're on the gold.
Oh yeah, here we can just take a look at. Oh, I guess no, I guess they are all the same.
No, no, yeah.
Yeah, it might just be. I'm just not used to going and looking at them like.
Yeah, you're not normally
Yeah.
gazing at the 2 tokens too hard. This is the first set you've
Right.
been so excited. You're like, ooh.
I mean, I don't know. I love the art on this one too. Like the idea of like just on the bottom of the ocean, compass like the souls getting sucked out from everything nearby. It looks like, or I don't know if it's going out or in. No, it's definitely going out. Oh, it's going out.
Yeah, to like
This is
wake up. Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah, because this is with yeah, the watery grave. Yeah, I don't know, man. This is gonna be so cool. Like, it does kind of make you want to play this game, right? Like, it's
I mean, if you would actually ever want to play Talishar, that would be awesome. Maybe one day you'll like the game enough.
yeah. Well, once my girl Melody gets the justice she deserves and more, a better deck, then I'll be fun. Melody sing a song and all over your face. You just wait. It'll be. Oh well.
Melody needs her own visit the Golden Anvil to replace her lute after she smacks you with it, or the fiddle.
Yeah. I whenever so when you join like Facebook groups, a lot of times there's a bunch of questions. One of the most popular questions for a Flesh and Blood group is like, who's your favorite hero? Every time I put Melody, I was like, one of these days someone's gonna look at mine and not realize that's like a real hero or something. I don't know. It's yeah, but I don't know, man. Yeah, I'm just really excited. Like I like the Sky Skimmer just reminds me of like some old like. Honestly, this kind of looks like Magic the Gathering, like Goblin.
It does look like oh man.
Is it just Goblin or
it's like Goblin Sky Brigade or something like that.
Yeah.
Something along those lines.
Oh, Treasure Planet. Treasure Planet's the movie I was thinking of. That was like the Sky Pirate movie of the 2000s. That just went under the radar completely, and then I don't know. It grew in, I guess, a fan base much later on, which is weird, but.
I feel like that happens every once in a while for those movies. Was it actually a Disney movie, or was it one of those ones that is like not actually Disney? Because if they were trying to compete with Disney, that's probably why it took forever and only has a cult following.
Yeah, produced by Walt Disney, feature animations released by Walt Disney Pictures.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just really strange. Because I remember watching it and being like, this is amazing. And then never saw a single thing about it ever again. But yeah, I mean, it's just big ships. Because I think it also had a very unique animation style that was just like not seen of at that time. So it was really, I don't know, I really liked it. Maybe I'll watch that again this week. It's on Disney. Well, it's on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I feel like the only downside to this set so far, aside from Gravy Bones' name, which I'm still not really that pressed about. I would like to play a Necromancer, but I'm simply not going to play Pupperoni the Necromancer.
Yeah. But I like the idea of like a zoo necro build in a card game, which is probably why. Well, I don't know.
I mean, then you should be playing Dromai. Yeah, go play some Living Legend Dromai.
Yeah, she's just not as cool. I don't know.
Dragons are not as cool as chum-friendly first mate. Is that what you're saying to me right now?
Yeah, I don't know. Fab dragons real lame. Look at this guy.
His face looks so much like I feel like they're very much trying to reference the Misfits. The way that his skull it looks exactly like a Misfits skull.
Oh, it does. I didn't even catch that. Yeah. No, I mean this is so friendly, right? You just want to be friends with them, hang out. Oh man.
He's as friendly as Glenn Danzig, I'm sure.
Did any other ones get released as Marvels yet? I didn't even really pay attention. So it's gonna be the 3 heroes, Chum.
Just the heroes and Chum, I think, is all we've seen as actual Marvels.
And I think Treasure Island, right? Treasure Island's a Marvel?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Which is, I mean, it's a pretty great looking Marvel too. Oh, did Rigor Mortis get one? No. Just an EA.
Ended art, which means he's probably a common or a rare, I guess. I don't imagine that they'll put allies at common. They didn't for Dromai.
Oh yeah,
Well,
yeah.
they kind of do if they're tokens. Like if you get like if he gets some sort of rake the embers
Oh,
situation. Although I don't think he will.
oh. It doesn't really add that much. I wish I added more. I didn't realize this was an EA one as well. Or the
Just some
two.
extra skulls floating in the
Yeah.
front.
I like it more when there's like something cool and hidden, but I mean, I don't know, a couple skulls isn't too exciting. Who else?
Oh, that one did get an extended.
No, yeah, just not the micro
People
text.
see too much.
I guess I have to go through and click all these now. Oh,
Oh, yeah. That looks nice.
oh,
I guess
oh.
maybe
So
that's one of
wait,
the things that's going to be in the treasure pack. We'll have to see.
yeah, that looks good too.
It does. I would want that one pretty bad. But just have to see. As much as I say I'm not really that excited for this set, if Puffin is really, really good, I might have to trade cards to get her.
Oh, Paddle Faster's also. Oh, you just see more of them. Wow, there's a lot of extended arts in this one. Well, I guess this is
Well,
the promo, but
there's 90 cards in the treasure pack, so I'm not sure if that's what these are from or not.
I would think so. Because, I mean, if those 90 cards are distinctly different than the High Seas one, I don't think it'll keep the STA, so making them all fab. Though, how are the gem pack ones? I don't remember. Are those all fab as well?
They might just be gem. Search up like pick up the point or something. So I think that there's an EA of that.
Oh, yeah,
They're
those are just
gem.
gem. Then what would be better? What was I guess we just look at Enigma. New Moon. Oh no, that was
MST.
interesting.
So maybe
So
those fab ones aren't from that treasure pack at all.
yeah, I mean, they
What?
might just be event promos then.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I
They
think
have
it's
been.
probably right. That's how most of these have been leaking, isn't it? Like
Yeah, I think
5K leaked a bunch by accident.
I think there were some leaks that were just like a couple of days in advance, like sooner than they should have. I know somebody I saw online, they were pretty upset about that it was a leak, and then it was just like, well, it's only like a 2-day leak, and then we got everything anyway. I don't know.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping to
I
see.
get not wanting to be I
Ooh,
I get not wanting to be spoiled for like a book or a story or whatever, but like spoiling cards is not that. I don't know. I feel like if I get to see the cards, I get to see the cards. It doesn't really bother me if I see them. Like I don't want to open up a booster pack sight unseen and not have any idea what I'm getting into. I know I guess some people want to do it that way, but I don't really see the value as much as I would. Like I just don't see the whole spoiler thing being as important.
hey, oh, that's right. I already looked at that one. Yeah, I don't know. Actually, I guess all these as Marvels are pretty cool though.
That
Like if
is
they
really
do,
nice.
yeah. I mean, like the cogs and the harpoons, and like I think those are cool Marvels. I don't really like the fact that like 70% of the hunted Marvels were just Arachne, right? Like I don't know. I like this variety in them if we're gonna have a whole bunch of them. Like I mean, if it's gonna be a whole bunch of harpoons and cogs and allies, then at least the Marvels are split up between the three heroes, and it's not just like a one hero show.
Well, I mean,
Because
they're going to be split up somewhat, but I still think. I mean, I guess it just depends how many allies he gets at a higher rarity. Like, is Gravy Bones just gonna get like the first mate at Mystic or at Majestic, and then the rest, are they gonna be rares, like rares or commons, like whatever Rigor Mortis is? Leo really wants to be on camera today. I think this is the first
yeah.
time he, he just wants cuddles. He's been sitting on my lap almost this entire time, but he's tired of being quiet and still.
All right. Well, let me see. Do we have anything else on our list? I kind of thought we.
No, I mean, for as much as you said that there was a whole bunch of news, there are a lot of spoilers, but yeah, I mean, I was.
I mean, yeah, I think I was more excited about like basic cards coming out, the change to like the numbers for how many of each type are coming out. That's big. Like the armory deck changes are huge. I think it's such a good move, right? Having like the CC and Blitz versions in the same pack, and I don't know. That was like all that kind of news. That was just like wow. It's like one thing after another, but I guess it's not a lot to talk about in each of those.
I guess I just want to know, were people really asking for that? Like, I don't know. Maybe it's hard for me to judge like what the actual fab community plays, because online all I hear is that nobody really wants to play Blitz, and yet you still get these people coming out to Blitz skirmish. So like, and now they're making a deck that is like, well, you can swap this to a Blitz deck, because we all know how much you all want to play Blitz with these decks too. And I guess I just didn't get that impression from the community that they even wanted or cared about that. So I
Yeah,
hope maybe that does help more people get into the game, I guess.
yeah, I think so. I think back in I think Dev Talk 10, Brian was talking a lot about the surprisingly high number of like kitchen table players, which I think both of us are entrenched more in like the social media side of Flesh and Blood, where like the discords, the Facebook groups, the subreddits, like everything like that, and those are the spikiest, most competitive people, and they're really only probably like the top 20% of like the player base. So it is kind of hard sometimes to like step back and see you know the need for these, but apparently their numbers show that there is that demand. So and I think
I mean,
it's
technically,
healthy,
I'm a
right?
kitchen table player more than anything now. I mean,
Oh yeah.
uh, the only place near me that does armories only does armories every other weekend, so I'm really only getting like 2 armories a month. Other than that, like me and Liv, we just play on the table. We actually play a lot of games just between the two of us, but I think that's the main way I interact with Fab now, aside from just a few Talishar games every once in a while.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think, we talk a lot also about like what are the best versions to get new players into, to like learn the lines of play, learn, the basic mechanics, how to play against different types of decks. And the answer is almost always Blitz and Commoner. So to have something like this without the need to be concerned about, because, these people, a couple weeks, months after, they're playing a lot of Blitz or Commoner, they're like, well, how do I, spice this deck up to constructed? And instead of them
Couple
having to go
hundred
out and
dollars.
yeah, instead of spending a couple $100 with a competitive CC deck, they've at least got maybe not a competitive CC deck, but they've got a playable CC deck. Uh, Perfectly viable for some kitchen table play. So I don't know. I think it's good. I think it's like 2 steps forward. I don't know, for getting new players onboarded. So very excited about that. Um, and like we look at MetaZoo and their new intro decks, and I think everyone is currently seeing, at least with games coming out in recent years, that like you need a better onboarding process for some of these games to keep players around. So
I still can't believe that you're even gonna bother with a box of them at a zoo, man.
oh, I know. That's what I was looking for when I found out that I could do deck searching. I was like, oh, this is cool. I don't want to do that. Okay. All right. Well, where did that come from? Sorry, I gotta get the band. All right. Well, I think we're tied up. Tied it up. I mean, we're a little short, but
No, it's all right. I mean, I think we've been swamped at work this week, and to be honest, I'm not that excited about this set yet. Because the closest thing that I really wanted to be excited about for was the Necromancer, and I just cannot bring myself to like the name. So I actually think that Puffin is the one that I like the most, just because Sky Pirates are cool, but I probably won't really end up playing her either. The limited should be very interesting though, just because that the whole Treasure Island mechanic is just crazy to me. Blitz and limited in general was already like a fast format, and now it's just ridiculous. But that's all we've got for this week, everyone.
oh, you already banned him. I was like, why can't I ban this user? You already got him.
I got it. I got it.
All right.
And until next week, if you can't find Gravy Bones, just look for bacon. Bacon! Bacon!